Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So guys, today we are diving into political firestorm that's as bold as it is divisive. Missouri Senator Josh Hawley has just proposed a $600 rebate check plan funded by Trump-era tariffs. But guys, there is a twist. Not everyone gets the check. In fact, if you voted for Joe Biden, Hawley says you shouldn't getting it. Now, this isn't just another headline. This isn't your average tax rebate. This is a deeper glimpse into how American politics has become a battleground for identity, loyalty, and revenge economics. So, guys, let's unpack what this proposal really means, the background about it, the political theater behind it, and why it may set a dangerous precedent for how government decide who deserves the financial relief. So, guys, let's dive into it. Let's first start with the facts. On July 28, 2025, Senator Josh Hawley introduced the American Worker Rebate Act, which proposes a refundable tax credit of at least $600 per adult and dependent child, funded entirely by the Trump's new tariffs. Holly claims the US is on track to rake in over $150 billion in tariff revenues this year alone. And he wants to give some of that back, but only to a specific group, which belongs to Trump's blue collar voters. In now a viral interview with Steve Bannon on the War Room podcast, Holly said, and I quote, "You wouldn't give it to everybody. You would give it to our people." He continues, not the hedge fund guys, not the Democrat donors, not the Biden voters. It will only for our people, working class Trump voters. So, guys, let's that sink in. US Senator is proposing legislation that explicitly excludes Americans based on presumed political allegiance. Now, before we go further, let's set the stage. So, guys, tariffs are essentially taxes on imported goods. US companies pay these tariffs when they bring products in from abroad, but they don't absorb the cost. They pass it down only to consumers. That means you pay more at the grocery store, at the gas station, or at the checkout store. So when the Trump's tariffs go into effect, especially the sweeping new ones proposed in 2025, everything from beef to bananas gets more expensive. So guys, we are talking about $221 billion in imported food and over 70% of its tariff eligible. That includes coffee, rice, produce, things that Americans consume daily. To cushion the blow, Holly says give the working class some of that tariff money back. But instead of crafting a universal plan, he proposes a selective economic reward, a loyalty bonus in essence. So, guys, what do I think on this? Now, let's be clear. Populist economics is not inherently evil. Direct relief in the form of checks during economic stress that has a place. It was done under Trump during COVID and it was done under Biden admin too. But what's dangerous here is the politicization of relief. The idea of what your vote determines your value to the state. That's not democracy, that's factionalism. Holly says this money should go to the those cushioned by Biden. But let's not forget Joe Biden wasn't even on the ballot in 2024. Kamala Harris ran in his place. And while inflation did hurt working families, it also existed before Biden, during Trump, and is likely to persist because of tariffs likely the ones Holly is championing. And guys, here is the irony. While Holly frames this as a gift to the working class, the very tariffs funding this plan are regressive taxes. They hit the poor and middle class the hardest because a higher portion of their income goes towards everyday essentials. So, when you raise the prices through tariffs, they hand out checks selectively. So, what you are really doing? You are not solving the problem, you are playing economic ping pong, one that's politically choreographed. It's like saying, we will hurt you all with the tariffs, but if you are loyal to Trump, we will help you just a little. From my perspective, that's not leadership, that's patronage politics. So, guys, let's call this what it is, a signal to the base. Holly isn't just distributing checks, he is codifying political favoritism into economic policy. This is about galvanizing Trump's base ahead of 2026 midterms and creating a US versus them framework in fiscal policy. This isn't about income brackets anymore, it's about ideological lines. Sure, the bill does include income thresholds. That is $75,000 for singles, 150K for couples, but these are standard phase outs. What's new and dangerous is the idea of tying eligibility to your political identity. So, what happens if a future Democrat proposes that only blue states get federal aid during a disaster? Or that only climate conscious voters get energy rebates? That's where this is heading. Selective governance is the beginning of a fractured union. So, guys, let's look at the economic reality angle of this. Let's talk about where this $150 is coming from. It is coming from you only, consumers. Prices are already rising. Beef alone is up 9% since January, and it's not just inflation. Drought, reduced herd sizes, and tariffs on imported meat are pushing the prices higher. So while you may get a $600 check, you are probably paying $1,200 more a year in groceries, fuel, and goods. Even conservative economics are criticizing this. The Tax Foundation notes that this kind of relief is short term and inflammatory. And remember, this is coming from the same side of SIL that's blasted Biden's $1.9 trillion stimulus package for doing exactly that. So, guys, is this a solution or a gimmick? So, Josh Hawley's proposal is politically clever, but economically hollow and morally corrosive. We can debate tariffs, we can argue over stimulus, but once we start dividing American by political loyalty in matters of public aid, we are crossing a line that no democracy should. Relief should be based on need, not on how you voted. That's the difference between a republic and a regime. And if this becomes the norm, where each party rewards its base and punishes the other, then aren't just headed towards polarization. We are headed towards institutional revenge. And guys, that's not the America anyone deserves, even Trump voters or not. So, guys, if you found this breakdown insightful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, I want to hear your thoughts. Is Holly's plan a justified pushback against coastal elites, or is it a dangerous road towards weaponized welfare? As always, I will be here unpacking the truth behind the headlines. So stay tuned. Until next time, stay informed, stay curious, and I will see you guys in the next video.